It's a playoff rematch in Week 2 of the Gainbridge Super League. Carolina Ascent begin year 2 on the road to the team that ended their dream inaugural season. Fort Lauderdale United take on Carolina Ascent. Tonight's match is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing, keeping South Florida cool and comfortable year-round. Alongside former Colombian international Chelsea Cabarcas, Jack Edwards here with you. For Fort Lauderdale, it's match number 2 coming off a thrilling 3-3 draw with Lexington.
Fort Lauderdale showed real attacking intent against Lexington, taking control early and finding the back of the net. But despite that dominance, the match ended in a 3-3 draw. What stood out were the moments when they connected well in transition, using combination play to create chances. But still, their biggest challenge remains consistency, staying locked in for the full 90. And costly lapses turned what could have been a comfortable 2-0 win to a missed opportunity, and that can't happen.
3-3 draw, Hamid, with a late penalty, and Kiara Locklear is today's player to watch, powered by Baptist Health, trusted care for champions. Scored the second goal last time.
Locklear is just 22. It's still early in her career, and what she really needed was those consistent minutes to figure out where she fit best in the field. Last season, she showed tremendous growth, standing out as a dynamic and unpredictable forward. And at times, she dropped deep to connect with teammates through quick wall passes. She really found herself.
She had 5 goals against Carolina last year, especially impressive with how good the year was for Carolina. First in so many marks, including the standings, the reigning Players' Shield winners.
Listen, last season, Carolina impressed me as one of the most complete teams in the league. They combined physicality, speed, and technical quality with strong chemistry across the pitch. Their fitness off the ball, unmatched, and it's unfortunate that they ended their season early.
They did indeed. They would play against Fort Lauderdale. They were the 1 seed. Fort Lauderdale, the 4 seed. Kat Gonzalez had opened the scoring with a fantastic strike from distance, but Kiara Locklear would score not once but twice in a upset win.
It was a bittersweet ending for Carolina Ascent. They spent much of the season as one of the dominant sides, but fell 2-1 that semifinal against Fort Lauderdale. But what stood out was how Fort Lauderdale hit their stride late in the season, and they did a great job by capitalizing on that.
And for Carolina, they brought back a big core, 15 players returning, including Mia Corbin, who had 12 goals last year.
Mia Corbin, she's one of my favorite players to watch because of how intelligent she is on the field. Her awareness and simplicity make her game so effective, and a lot of people don't know that simple is more.
12 goals in 2024-25. Good for second in the league for Mia Corbin. It's the first minutes for her and the Carolina Ascent here on the road today, live from South Florida after this break.
With over 2 decades of experience in the payment industry, Beyond Bankcard is more than just a payment processor. We are a partner dedicated to your success. Our mission is simple: to provide innovative, flexible payment processing solutions tailored to meet your needs.
We partner up with various companies, restaurants, retail, smoke shops, convenience store, you name it, we have the POS system for it.
Whether it's tools we provide or the relationships we nurture, Beyond Bankcard is here to power your payment solutions.
From the trusted family of All Year Cooling and the official water of Fort Lauderdale United FC, we bring you All Year Hydration. Our whole home water purification system removes chlorine, lead, microplastics, even forever chemicals. Visit us at allyearhydration.com to book your free water test today.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
Player walkout is presented by Amaranth Bank, bringing the community together one moment at a time. At Beyond Bankcard Field, it's Fort Lauderdale United taking on the Carolina Ascent. Our coin toss is brought to you by Beyond Bankard, setting the stage for every great moment. Alongside Chelsea Kabarkis, Jack Edwards here with you. Our lineups are presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water, refreshing fans everywhere with every flavor, unchanged for Fort Lauderdale after week 1.
That front three is a dynamic trio. They built chemistry last year and carried it into the season, making them very dangerous. Hamid, Locklear, and Gordon Hamid are relentless in taking on defenders, constantly looking to stretch the field with long runs and those deliveries into the box.
It's match number 1 for Carolina. They've got 4 players making their Ascent debuts.
I mean, but also most of these names are familiar from last year, so they have their base team. Be aware of that left side with Aguilera. She's going to attack that line. Mackenzie George has a lot of speed. She's going to attack the line. She's going to try cutting in, connecting with Corbin or Mercado. Morris is going to sit a little bit more in that 6th position, and Porter's going to play box to box.
Those are your lineups. We are just moments away from kickoff for a 6th all-time meeting between these sides. Meeting 4 times in the regular season. They split those 2 wins apiece. And of course, as you saw in the Open in the playoffs, it was the roadside Fort Lauderdale that won in upset fashion. The Black Kits will be the home side Fort Lauderdale. They'll be attacking from right to left across your screen. We have our first whistle, and Carolina Ascent get play underway for their first touches of the new Gainbridge Super League season. George, one of those debutants, keeps it alive. It's knocked out of play, no nonsense, throw in given to Carolina. They had a fantastic year number 1. Mackenzie George had a great year herself with Brooklyn FC, was acquired for a transfer fee in the offseason. Part of just the retooling process for Philip Poole and company. So turn in the box, it's cleared away. Shania Gordon knocks it out. A chance now to serve it up into the box. It drops in the area on the turn across goal. And in the first minute, Carolina pick up their first goal of the new year. Maddie Mercado on the turn. A dream start for the Ascent.
And this is exactly what needs to happen. They need to set the tempo the first 5 minutes of the game, and that's exactly what Mercado did in this Carolina side. They capitalized on the mistakes of the defensive line of Fort Lauderdale, things that cannot happen in the first 5 minutes of a game.
45 seconds into her Ascent debut, Maddie Mercado picks up the goal. What a moment for the visiting side. What a dream start, and just like that, it's 1-0 Carolina. So Fort Lauderdale will have to respond quickly. Mercado on loan from the Seattle Reign, coming off a collegiate career with Notre Dame. Not a ton of experience. That was something that Philip Poole was looking for her to really try and take advantage of this opportunity coming into Carolina. Taking advantage of an opportunity less than a minute in to match number 1 for the Ascent. There's a tug from behind. That's going to be a foul. That might be a yellow card. It will be indeed. Quick start to life in this match. In the 3rd minute, we have our first yellow card of the game going the way of Carolina.
I always say that the first 5 minutes of a match are so crucial for either side because you have to set the tempo. And that's exactly what this Carolina side is doing. They're being physical. They're relentless on their tackles.
So it's debutant Maddie Mercado with the goal. The debutant Emily Morris with a yellow card 3 minutes in to the match. Morris not making just her Ascent debut, but also her professional debut. We'll get back to that in a moment. Through the middle, a pass for Corbin at the edge of her area. Bella Hera is able to pick it up. Carolina picking up where they left off with a strong start so far. Hera started last time out, playing in that 3-3 draw. There's a turnover at the back here from Fort Lauderdale. It's laid off. Drop of the shoulder from Morris, trying to cut a pass through some lines, repelled away. Now a chance perhaps for Fort Lauderdale in transition. Hamid gets it out of her feet. Tackle from behind. It's poked forward by Brianna Martinez. One for Van Treek to try and rally into. Gordon It slipped forward for Van Treek at the end line, drops it into the area. Header pushes it away. Corbin now can carry it out.
The game seems a little bit chaotic for this Fort Lauderdale side. It's as if their defensive line hasn't organized yet. And that's the main problem, where everything starts with your center back organizing the rest of the team. And what they're doing right now is that they're playing a high line and giving too much space to this Carolina side.
Carolina building out from the back here. And our key to the game now, presented by Amaret Bank, your hometown bank, supporting every winning strategy. And the channel here, Hamid, a touch into the box. Be consistent there was your key entering the match, Chelsea, for Fort Lauderdale. And 4.5 minutes in, it's been an up and down start, to say the least. We'll get back to that in a moment as Carolina are trying to stretch the field. Very energetic start from the visiting side. Able to swing it along to Parker. Out of her feet, bit of space. Cuts it back on the left, scuffed forward. Corbin, saved by Hera. Vital stop from the goalkeeper to keep it at 1-0. Here's Parker, drives one into the box. Able to take a touch and clear it away. It's Laurel Ansbro. And all the way back to Megan McClelland. Game calmed down for a moment. We can look again at our keys to the game. Fast transitions for Carolina. They've been doing that. Consistency, not quite in the early 5 minutes for Fort Lauderdale.
For Fort Lauderdale, it's important to be consistent, because even against Lexington last week, that game could have easily been a 2-0 match, but because they weren't paying attention to detail, Lexington went ahead and capitalized on their mistakes, on their defensive mistakes, and they got 3 goals in the back of the net. And what we're seeing right now with this Fort Lauderdale side, first 5 minutes of the game, and Carolina is already up 1-0 because of defensive mistakes, not being consistent in the back. So it's something that they really need to improve.
There's Carolina again in the attack. George was driving forward. Dutiful defensive effort there from Gordon. Put a tackle in. Locklear tracking back from her center forward position. Forward aiming for Kat Gonzalez. Gonzalez made her Fort Lauderdale debut in the last match against Lexington, playing against her former side. Gonzalez is made 23 appearances. Will feature in the number 10 role in this 4-2-3-1 shape. That's a good challenge high up the field from Van Treek. The second one, though, will be a foul. Free kick goes the way of the Ascent. Van Treek just a little overzealous from behind. We can flash back to this great chance here from Corbin, point blank, a big save made by Hera.
Corbin did exactly what she needed to do by taking that one-touch finish. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get in the back of the net, but she does it so effortlessly by getting behind the defender. She does it so well.
Here's a chance now perhaps for Fort Lauderdale. Pass out of the box. Gonzalez gets her shot scuffed. It was Ella Simpson who put it into the mix on a low pass centrally. Gonzalez, though, picking up some important positions, looking for her first goal contributions now in a Fort Lauderdale jersey. Saw it in the open. Gonzalez scored a spectacular goal in the playoff semifinal back in June. Mercado trying to spray it out to George on the far side, not able to get the pass off. Butler goes back to McClelland. Megan McClelland, who appeared 18 times in the inaugural Gainbridge Super League season for the Ascent. The pass forward results in a free kick for Carolina. George fouled from behind. Coaching staff for Fort Lauderdale looking on to this one. Consistency, something we talked about so far in the broadcast. It was a main focus for Tyrone Mears on down. Something they wanted to improve upon in year number 2. Now to defend this sequence here. Parker trying to swing it out to the far side of the field. George, a touch that brings it down. Gordon right next to her, able to get a toe in. Great work from Shania Gordon. Now has to deal with George going head-to-head on the attacking and defensive ends.
It's crucial that Fort Lauderdale takes this time to possibly regroup and gain possession of the match again and control.
Look at our injury report presented by Baptist Health Expert Care, keeping our athletes game ready. No players reported for Fort Lauderdale. Addie Merrick and Giovanna DeMarco, the two players, Philip Poole saying they're about a few weeks away from being ready. Fort Lauderdale with Julia Grosso on the bench, limited in minutes, but available. Played 17 minutes against Lexington off the bench. She was an important contributor last year, making a few appearances, including an assist on that semifinal winner, Kiara Locklear. All the way out now for a goal kick for Fort Lauderdale. Aguilera had a fantastic year number 1 with Carolina. Golden Playmaker and Defender of the Year, 2 goals, 7 assists, a vital player to return to the side.
Aguilera is a player that marks that difference on the field. She's going to attack the line. She's sometimes going to cut in, an unpredictable player that you really don't know what to expect from her. And when she does have the ball at her feet, she's dangerous.
Blocked there by Gonzalez as Morris tried to go back towards her own defense. 10 minutes down in this one. It's a goal from Maddie Mercado. Not even a minute into the match. It'll have Philip Poole looking on to this one, the reigning Coach of the Year of the Gainbridge Super League. You lead a side to as many first place accolades as they did in 2024-25. You're likely to get that honor. 10 minutes into his side's second season. Throwing now far side of the field for Fort Lauderdale. Talking with Philip Poole this week, mentioned that coming back with 15 players from year 1, it allows them to be a bit more deliberate, a bit more profiled and intentional in terms of who they're bringing into the club. With 15 returning, 10 new signings, Carolina very likely to be good again this new campaign.
It's so different when you already have the base of the team and you all know each other, because you understand the methodology and what the club stands for and what your coach wants of you. So the new players that come in, if it's 1 or 2 players, it's so easy for them to fit in rather than it be 6, 7 transfers. So I do expect this Carolina side to be extremely successful this year because they already have that base. So now they can start exploring different tactics.
Here's Fort Lauderdale now. Gonzalez picks her head up. She'll have a crack towards goal, punched away by McClelland. Locklear gets to it first, has Hamid as an option alongside her. Locklear goes to Hamid. George. Gordon, the drop of the shoulder. Bit of speed from Gordon, low ball in. It's blocked, pushed away. Chance for Porter to turn and play it forward. Corbin lays it off, and in the end will actually retrieve that one from a left back position. A tackle put in by Gordon out for a throw.
That was an interesting switch Carolina did there with Mackenzie, George, and Parker. Switching Parker to the left side. What I'm seeing here.
Seeing George in the middle of the field right now. Early tweaks here for Carolina. Martinez with the thumb up. Got her touch wrong there. The Loney from the Orlando Pride making her debut for Carolina here today. Tussle with Kiara Locklear likely all throughout the match here this evening. Strong challenge put in, it's cleared forward. One to chase for Mercado. Tussling with Ansbrow. Trying to hold the ball up, wait for teammates to join her in support. It's George trying to return it, and it last one off Fort Lauderdale. Carolina throw comes. We're seeing Mercado getting stuck in, playing alongside Corbin. Strike pairing. It's Mercado's goal that separates the sides as things stand. One shot apiece for the two teams. Ascent with a large possession edge here 13 minutes into the match. Right at the end line, it's knocked off a Fort Lauderdale player. An Ascent throw-in comes. It's a corner rather for Emily Morris, who will take it from this near side of the field for a set-piece chance for the visiting side here in the new Gainbridge Super League season. Morris in swinger, deep into the box, nodded into the mix off the crossbar. So close there from Carolina to doubling their lead. Morris past the first challenger, getting it onto that left foot, rolls it back to Aguilera. Clipped along, put into the mix, aiming for Corbin. And Hera comes off her line and claims. Carolina striking the crossbar.
A great combination play there by these three players. And Corbin puts herself in those positions that make her so dangerous, a step ahead of the center backs. And if she keeps doing that, because Fort Lauderdale's stepping so high, I do assure you she's going to score.
There's Fort Lauderdale under a bit of pressure from Carolina. One clipped over the top. It'll roll out for a goal kick. It was just a speculative header, it looked like, but it hit the crossbar. It turned into something out of nothing.
A brilliant corner by Morris, floating in the air, and a great header.
A header that tried to put it back in the mix. It was a corner delivery from Emily Morris. Spent 4 years with Wake Forest, 73 total appearances. Part of an objective, according to Philip Poole, of spotlighting, focusing on players from the Carolinas. And after a great collegiate career at Wake Forest that wrapped up in 2024, as part of the 2024 All-ACC tournament team, scored the winner in the College Cup semifinal. Cary, North Carolina, able to take down Stanford. They ended up being runners-up to UNC in what was an All-Carolina final last year. She plays in the midfield here today, making her pro debut. 16 minutes into the match, it was another debutante. Picked up that first goal. That'll be a foul from behind. A few of those in transition moments. A lot of physicality from the Carolina forward line. In that instance, it was George who was cautioned for it. Aguilera just clips one over the top, one to chase. It drops in the box, a touch too heavy. And it's last off Fort Lauderdale, so good work from Carolina to create a corner out of nothing.
Those are the balls that are dangerous by Aguilera. She's going to look for those diagonal balls or over the top, and she places them so effortlessly where they land on the forward's feet. And I mean, if a forward just runs and gets a corner or a foul, that's good enough.
Brianna Martinez will take the corner from the far side of the field. On their last corner delivery, they struck the crossbar. What will Carolina have on this second try? Martinez drops it into the box. A header from Hamid. It was a collision in the 18. She was fouled for a free kick. Corner into the box. Hamid fouled. A bit of a late challenge there. Easy free kick call.
Very late challenge. I think Hamid didn't realize who was around her when she went up for that header, and I think that's why it's so important to go up with your arms up to protect yourself.
Locklear, the target of that header. Parker scrapes it forward. All the way back to Bella Hera, 22-year-old goalkeeper, second professional start between the sticks. Splits a pass into the midfield. A Slightly under hit ball. Rajai, their head up, clips it forward, dropping it in the channel, aiming for Van Treek. It's a good challenge coming from behind. One back by Carolina. It's a sliced pass across the defense. It'll be a poor turnover for Carolina. Out now for a throw-in for Fort Lauderdale.
We're starting to realize that both sides, it's as if they're getting the Knicks out, and they're not able to connect passes. Carolina, luckily, they're up 1-0 in the first 19 minutes. But when you really analyze the squad, they can't connect more than 3 passes.
Slipped forward for Gordon. Big touch into the box, driving it along. It hits the top of the net on the overlap there. Shania Gordon trying to create something, just a little overhit on the cross.
Those are the plays that are going to be dangerous from Gordon or Hamid. They're going to run at the line and they're going to shoot a goal. If they see an open net, they will take their shot.
Goal kick taken long out to the far side of the field, kept in play. Gordon steps onto it, strikes from distance, and it scrapes wide of goal. Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice. Maddie Mercado with the goal in this match that we're hearing is the fastest goal in Super League history. So a team that set so many firsts in 2024-25 in Carolina set another one and a new record with the fastest goal. One back. Martinez has a shot, and that one was bending towards frame. Gonzalez just wide.
Great things happen when you capitalize on those mistakes, and that's exactly what Gonzalez did by regaining the possession. She looked up, she attacked the defensive line and curved that ball in. I would have put a little bit more power and hit it with my laces so that it can go into that far upper corner.
Playing it forward here. Locklear trying to cut it centrally for Hamid. Locklear gets involved in the press. Knocked upfield. Carolina last year had the first win, the first goal, first clean sheet. They were the first team to score multiple goals. They had the youngest goal scorer, and they were the first ever Players' Shield winners in league history. That goal earlier on this evening set a new record, fastest in the league. Maddie Mercado with her first for her new side. Aguilera under the press of Van Treek. It's moved along to Brianna Martinez. Martinez lifts it forward for Mercado, lets it bounce into the box, and in the end, a foul by Mercado. Just a reminder of how we've gotten to this point in the match. It was just 40 seconds into the game. The fastest goal in Super League history. Mercado just comes on to this loose ball and a low shot across frame.
Mercado did a great job by creating that space between her and the defender, taking that touch out, cutting it in, and hitting it to the far corner. Beautifully placed. And also a great job by Aguilera crossing that ball in.
Put it in the mix. Brianna Martinez got stuck in the box with a challenge, and Mercado officially 43 seconds into the match, scoring the first for Carolina.
For me, Carolina needs to give more width to the game, and they need to do it a bit quicker in order to move the ball around. It's as if once they get regained possession, they don't really know what to do with the ball, and they can't get past that final third or that half of the field.
So a foul from Studer in the midfield. And it's going to result in a free kick here for Fort Lauderdale. Let's see what set piece they can try and generate from this chance. very central from a distance. We'll see if they opt to recycle or put numbers forward for a set piece. Gonzalez stands over this one. Slide it to the side. Lift it into the area. Cushion down. The strike just lifted over goal. Daria Rajai able to cushion it down. 27 appearances last year. No goals or assists, but scored a free kick 17 minutes into the match. Dangerous here.
Great cross by George, and Rajai, good control. I would have created a little bit more space between me and the defender, put my arm up so that she can, where you can see right here, so that she can go ahead and put her body over the ball. Make it a bit more comfortable for herself.
Rajai coming off a free kick goal 17 minutes into the 3-3 draw against Lexington. That opened the scoring here at Beyond Banquet Field, not just for the match last Saturday, but in the Cambridge Super League campaign as a whole. Mercado will chase after this one. In the end, to no success. A quick conversation, it appears, after a foul given. Hansbrough able to hold things off Mercado, in the end fouling her from behind. It was a quick word between the referee and Mercado.
I understand the frustration with Mercado, but it's good when you apply the pressure to a defender like that when you're just running at the line.
Heavy edge in possession so far for Carolina, 62-38, but a chance now. It slipped forward, the flag though up for offside. Jasmine Hamid frustrated. She thought she was in one-on-one. It's a Fort Lauderdale team that has more overall shots, 4-2 to Carolina, but just offside in that instance. Studer goes back to McClelland. That's a slight tug from behind. The referee will bring out a yellow card. Kelly Van Treek becomes the first Fort Lauderdale player now to be booked. Joins Emily Morris in the pocket.
A quick tug by Van Treek. Smart play by her. Her soccer IQ, it's either the ball gets by me or the player gets by me, but both can't get by, so that she can go ahead and disrupt the play so that the rest of her team can get behind the ball.
Very similar circumstances to the Emily Morris yellow card 3 minutes into the match, so consistency there from our head official. Straight forward. Simpson gets ahead to it and will continue her run forward to get onto the loose ball. Slips a pass into the channel, aiming for Hamid. It's a really well-weighted pass. And Jasmine Hamid can deliver it in the area. Pushed away.
Those are the plays that we want to see more by Hamid or Shania Gordon. Passing, getting those weighted passes into the area so that a forward can just go ahead and one-touch it in.
Corbin trying to slide it over the top for Mackenzie George. Simpson can't get ahead to it. Here for Carolina throw in right in front of the coaching staff of Carolina. Philip Poole in year number 2. It's thrown in. Mercado, this time she's the one fouled. Hansbrough, the offending party. They've been tussling all throughout the match. In this instance, it's a free kick given for Carolina. In the channel, Gordon, smartly done. Just kicks it off Mackenzie George. It's a goal kick here for Fort Lauderdale. which got off to a bang with that goal from Maddie Mercado here in match week 2 of the Gainbridge Super League in year number 2. Appreciate you joining us. Alongside Chelsea Kabarkas, Jack Edwards here with you, part of our broadcast team here on Peacock. Fort Lauderdale here at home for the 2nd straight match. They'll be on the road at Spokane next weekend. 4 of their next 5 games will be on the road. Carolina themselves will get their home debut next weekend against Tampa Bay. George surrounded by 2 in Fort Lauderdale colors. Last off the Carolina forward. Rajai was the target of that throw in. Can't quite get to her. George on the turn will be tugged back there. That one will also produce a yellow card. It's Shania Gordon this time around, the player who is cautioned.
A lot of physicality in this game, and I completely understand that, but what I would do as a player to avoid that is stay on my toes, stay behind the player I'm defending. Don't let her turn.
Aguilera stands over this on her left foot. Quite a ways from goal, and will lift it centrally for Morris. Morris past one challenger, slips it out to Aguilera. Jill Aguilera lifts it into the box to the back post. No one there to attack the immediate ball in. And Hamid can clear up field. Studer likewise. It drops for Corbin. Good feint from Corbin. Lets it drop in the middle of the field. Now Porter. Mercado on the turn. Felt she was pulled. Referee agrees. Another free kick comes. Referee counting the number of fouls that have been committed. Might be a last warning for fouls against Mercado.
Great play by Mercado, and that's what you want from your number 9, to hold off a defender and get a foul. Stand strong, shield the ball, and that's exactly what she did to create chances like these.
Mercado fouled by Rajai, and it results in a free kick in a much closer position to goal. Emily Morris, who is the most confident one over this, the only one over this now, with 4 in the wall for Fort Lauderdale. Morris strikes towards goal. Central, saved by Hera. Direct from the free kick, Morris's effort is stopped.
Decent shot by Morris. Maybe if she would have leaned a little bit back to get her foot under the ball, it would have gone to the far corner.
Slipped through for Corbin. Pushed out. Last off Fort Lauderdale, so a Carolina corner comes. So Morris, who took that free kick a moment ago, have the duties on this corner from the near side of the field. The last time she served her corner up, Jenna Butler hit the crossbar with a header. What does Morris have with this delivery? Morris into the back post, a header again, a cross goal, off the line, cleared. Brilliant defensive work from Shania Gordon. Job's not done yet. It's whipped in the box. Cushion down, and again, Gordon takes over. The flag, though, will go up for offside. Another dangerous moment from a set piece. The replay is delivered by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing with every highlight.
What a great corner by Morris. So dangerous to the back post. And a great header by Parker. Towering over the defender.
Shania Gordon said no on the goal line, kept her spot and cleared it away.
Incredible defending by Shania Gordon, standing behind her goalkeeper.
Over the top, aiming for Locklear. Flag goes up, offside against the center forward of Fort Lauderdale. Well, tonight's game is presented by Vera Cadillac, Buick GMC, South Florida's trusted destination for luxury and performance. It's Carolina free kick inside their own half. All the way back now to McClelland. Studer. Gordon back to Hera. Studer. Locklear in the press, making it a little difficult. She goes down, feels that she was fouled, and the referee signals for a foul. Looks to be just outside the 18. It was at the corner of that penalty box. Let's see the replay here, presented by Delta.
These are situations that you really want to avoid as a defender. You want to be early in those tackles. Put yourself in the position where you don't have to come in from the back or clip the offensive player or your opponent, because that can easily end up in a penalty, and you can tie the game 1-1. The easy way for Fort Lauderdale to tie the game.
Studer with the foul just a moment ago. She'll have to defend this free kick now. Kat Gonzalez stands over this one, a long run up for her. 5 players in black along the edge of the 6-yard box as options. Gonzalez strikes towards goal. McClelland gets hands to it, not fully dealt with. Hamid brings it down. Strike from distance over the goal. Out for a goal kick.
A great floating ball by Gonzalez. Those balls floating into the box are extremely dangerous because it's between the goalkeeper and the defenders, and someone can just come in and just hit it, flick it in with their heads, or it could be a bouncing ball, a rebound ball. Those balls are the most dangerous for a defensive line.
Cushion down, slipped forward, aiming for Gonzalez. And McClelland will invite the pressure. Pass to Challenger. Slipped forward, only finds Gordon. Rajai trying to slip in Locklear, unable to do so. Turned over, Hamid. Slight stumble. Jasmine Hamid. Simpson. Her cross blocked. And the clearance also blocked. Last off Simpson. Out for a throw in.
For me, Fort Lauderdale is really struggling in the midfield, and that's where they're lacking that creativity and organization. And without that consistent movement of a player anchoring that midfield, they're not going to be able to transition into that final third. So it needs to improve in the second half.
Gainbridge Super League season has officially begun. You can visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insights into all things Super League. It's a scuffed free kick. It's out for a throw in now for Fort Lauderdale. That'll be a foul from behind, will it? Oh, it won't. It's a throw-in.
So for me, neither side has even established a style of play. It seems as if the ball's just bouncing around and no one's really anchoring on the midfield on either side.
That'll be a foul from behind. It's a free kick for Carolina. Corbin playing a bit of a deeper role, a very versatile player, one that Philip Poole very appreciative to have in his side. A player that scored 12 goals last year, and when asked on what she needs to do developing into this year, Poole saying that 12 goals, yeah, but could have been more, been 15 to 20 if they played her as a proper 9 for much of the campaign. But they prefer her all-round game at times, dropping a bit deeper, linking up with play. We've seen a lot of that part of it here today. Our strike partner Mercado been the one a little further forward against Fort Lauderdale.
But this is where I asked the question, would you want a player to score more goals? I think you would rather that than have her float in the middle. Get another player to float in the middle and have those qualities. Possibly bring in a transfer that can do just that so that you can put Corbin up high, because finding a true goal scorer, a number 9, is extremely difficult nowadays. It's a skill. Not everyone can score goals.
Mercado's the one who has the first of Carolina's season. Unassisted. It's a pass that's turned over. Van Treek over the top. Offside flag will surely go up. Yes, it does. Frustration there from Gonzalez. Thought that she was onside when the pass was played.
I think she's a bit mistaken there.
Yeah, replay.
Very offsides.
It was closer than...
I understand where she's coming from because she was running off a play, but she was offsides.
Closer than Locklear was in terms of an offside position, but just a step too quick for Gonzalez. Thought that she was able to open her Fort Lauderdale account. Assistant on the far side denying that. Just a free kick for Carolina. Rajai back to Gordon. Takes an awkward spin in the midfield. Now Parker. Slides it along for Martinez, making a run. Slips it into Mercado. Opens up an angle. It's blocked. Spins back to Morris. Porter. Aguilera drops it into the box. Hera able to get something to it, not enough. Morris. Martinez. Brianna Martinez going one-on-one with Hamid, and Jasmine Hamid does very well to win the foul, win the ball back. A free kick comes for Fort Lauderdale. Header from Martinez. Spins towards Corbin. Gets stuck in, trying to spin a challenge. Corbin does so successfully. Mercado. Martinez. Martinez forward. Offside flag goes up. It's a free kick against Riley Parker. Parker splitting the first Gainbridge Super League season with Tampa Bay, 10 appearances in the fall, 13 for Carolina after joining in January. Long ball over the top. It's allowed to bounce. McClelland off her line, claims.
You can tell that this Carolina side is still trying to find themselves because Parker has been moved positions about 3 times. She's now playing up front with Corbin, and Mercado has dropped back as a right midfielder or as a centerman.
Foul here, Aguilera catching her opponent.
Aguilera does a great job to disrupt the play, use her body. Unfortunately, it was a foul, but I really like how she used her body to push the opponent off the ball.
So here in the final minute of the first 45, it's a golden opportunity for Fort Lauderdale to try and generate a chance to perhaps equalize heading into the break. Rajai was a direct free kick she scored from last week against Lexington. She's in a wide position here and can serve it into the box. Rajai clips it into the area. There's a coming together, and it's going to be a foul against Fort Lauderdale. One minute of added time at the end of the first 45.
Good ball by Rajai. I always say those mid balls driven into the box are dangerous because they can bounce. They can be a rebound ball, and someone can just come in and one touch it into the goal.
It hops, hits a hand. It's a free kick against Fort Lauderdale. So maybe a chance in the final seconds for Carolina to put some numbers forward and try and double their lead. Just like there was a chance on a set piece for Fort Lauderdale a moment ago. What can the visiting side this time round try and generate from this? Morris stands over it. Lifted forward. Hera does well to claim it under a bit of pressure. That will do it for our first 45 minutes from beyond Bankard Field. Fort Lauderdale down 1-0 to Carolina. An early goal from Maddie Mercado. Your thoughts on the first 45, Chelsea?
I mean, so far neither team has really established control of the match, and Carolina managed to find an early goal. But beyond that, there isn't really a clear sense of structure or intention in their play. For them to build momentum, it needs to be better. They need an anchoring midfield on both ends, on Fort Lauderdale and the Carolina Ascent side. The midfield needs to be a bit more mobile.
Halftime coming up in just a moment. We'll get you scores from around the grounds updated in what's happening in the Gainbridge Super League. Up to this point here in match week 2, Carolina up 1-0. We are joined now by the goal scorer, Maddie Mercado. Maddie, we appreciate the time. You scored the fastest goal in Super League history. Just what you made of that sequence for your goal.
I mean, yeah, it was awesome. We were on the front foot from the beginning. I mean, I kind of just arrived here a week ago, but that was something that immediately I noticed is we want to be on the front foot and go after teams. So that was great.
Mercado, great goal. Congratulations. But now what needs to be better from your side going into the second half?
I think we need to be more patient. You know, we can build through our sixes around the back. I think at times we're forcing it. We can just go around again, and I think expose them in the pockets and behind too. We had success doing both of those things, so just continue to be patient, I think.
Maddie, thank you very much for the time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you, guys.
Maddie Mercado, 43 seconds in to the first match of the Gainbridge Super League season for the Carolina Ascent. A dream start for the visiting side. We're in now to halftime. We'll get you content from around the grounds, what's happening elsewhere, as well as our first half highlights between Fort Lauderdale and Carolina. At the break, it's Fort Lauderdale 0, Carolina 1.
tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith with All Year. Do you have a faucet that continues to drip and drip? Do you have a drain that clogs again and again? When plumbing is a problem, trust All Year for same-day service 24/7. Need better water pressure? Yes, All Year. Water heater needs repair? Yes, All Year. Our family serving your family for all your plumbing needs. Call us today at 833 All Year. That's 833 All Year.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
From the trusted family of All Year Cooling and the official water of Fort Lauderdale United FC, we bring you All Year Hydration. Our whole home water purification system removes chlorine, lead, microplastics, even forever chemicals. Visit us at allyearhydration.com to book your free water test today.
Halftime is brought to you by iHeartRadio. Your music, your teams, your station. Fort Lauderdale 0, Carolina 1 is our halftime score here in South Florida at Beyond Bankert Field. We can look big picture around the Gainbridge Super League with our news and notes. Tampa's home pitch, known as Suncoast Credit Union Field, a new partnership for Tampa, the winners of last year's Gainbridge Super League. Brooklyn getting its first win at Maimonides Park on Saturday after moving in last spring. Also a first for Sporting Jacks. Jade Pennick scoring the first ever goal for the new team, the new kids on the block in their inaugural match. Here's the notes from across the Gainbridge Super League. We can look at our out-of-town scores presented by Delta Airlines, keeping you connected to the game wherever it's played. Live in D.C., Spokane with a second half lead. One more game still to kick off between Dallas and Brooklyn. Still scoreless between Tampa Bay and Sporting Jacks. That one 20 minutes in to that game so far. All those games live on Peacock, and all those scores presented by Delta Airlines. Fort Lauderdale down at the break. On the other side of this pause, we'll be able to look at our first half highlights and see what we saw in the first 45. It's Fort Lauderdale 0, Carolina 1.
Helping businesses shine just like our team on the pitch tonight.
Halftime is brought to you by iHeartRadio, your music, your teams, your station. Fort Lauderdale United FC 0, Carolina Ascent FC 1. We can look at our first half highlights powered by Blue Water, bringing clarity and impact to every play. It took just 43 seconds into the game for Maddie Mercado to not only open the scoring for Carolina on the season, but also her career for the Ascent.
I mean, Aguilar made an excellent choice with that floated ball into the area, putting the defense under immediate pressure. Mercado showed great awareness, creating that separation from the defender, turning and shooting to that far corner. Incredible finish.
43 seconds into the game, gets that first goal. There would be a lot of chances for Carolina here. Maybe not what Riley Parker intended, but a good chance here from Mia Corbin.
Susie, I would have loved that Parker had the opportunity to strike that first-time ball, which could have caught the defense completely off guard, but instead opted for that extra touch. Mia Corbin showed excellent awareness, and she stayed in that play trying to get that rebound ball.
Ella Hara making the save in that instance. A corner here from Emily Morris would find Jenna Butler, and only because of Shania Gordon is it still 1-0.
Beautiful floated ball by Morris and towering header by Butler, but really a great defense.
Here are your halftime stats presented by Beyond Bankert, powering every transaction on and off the field. Carolina obviously leading on the scoreboard, also in shots on target, and possession.
They're pretty much even the same time. It's like I said during the game, the midfield on both ends need more movement, mobility in the middle. There isn't any type of theme going on right now.
We'll see what tweaks are made by both coaches on the other side of this break. We'll have our second 45 minutes between Fort Lauderdale and Carolina, with Carolina up 1-0 as it stands.
Proud to be the official restoration partner of Fort Lauderdale United. Surf Pro is here to help fans.
You didn't want to listen.
Live scenes in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at Beyond Bankert Field. We're just moments away from our second 45 minutes between Fort Lauderdale United FC and Carolina Ascent FC. Alongside the former Colombian international Chelsea Cabarcas, I'm Jack Edwards here with you on Peacock. Carolina up 1-0 after 43 seconds into the game. Maddie Mercado opening the scoring. Two subs to be made here for Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be a Fort Lauderdale debut for Stella Nemeci. Julia Grosso will also be coming onto the field with Daria Rajai and Ali Gordon to be the players that are making way here after 45 minutes. So some tweaks made by Tyrone Mears. Not entirely satisfied with what he saw in the first 45 minutes, clearly. Bigger picture, Chelsea, what do you think both teams want to improve upon after that first 45 minutes?
I mean, at the moment, the match is really lacking fluidity and leadership in the midfield. Neither team is really showing much creativity, which makes the play predictable. It's as if they're just going out to their flanks, they're running the lines, and they're trying to cross the ball in. Maybe if there's a bit more rotation in the midfield, one checks in, another player checks out, one touch, two touch, change the tempo of the match so that they can separate themselves from the defender. Have a little bit more of creativity and be individuals on the field. On both ends.
One more change was made by Fort Lauderdale. Cheyenne Allen coming in for Jasmine Hamid, so a triple halftime change from Tyrone Mears. Early attacking move again from Carolina. It's George with Corbin on the overlap. Clipped into the back post, aiming for Mercado. She scored 43 seconds into the first half and will likely have to wait a little longer if she'll get another one in the second half. The substitutions are all presented by Omega XL Sport. Fuel your recovery, fuel your game. So three changes, Allen, Nemeci, and Grosso all coming into the game. It indicates that Tyrone Mears definitely wanted something different second half.
He needs a change, and I'm excited to see Nemeci play because she has that creativity. She had 2 appearances with Gotham, and one of her qualities is having the ball at her feet and being creative, being in that midfield or in that forward position. So maybe that's what they need in that midfield, and that's what she's going to bring.
Gloria Martinez is our head official, as Mackenzie George goes one-on-one with Shania Gordon. Gordon, who played much of last season in an attacking role, has so far featured this season as a right back. Defensively, she's been very strong and just drew a free kick there off of Mackenzie George, one of 4 debutantes for Carolina. No halftime changes made by Philip Poole. See what Carolina choose to do as the match continues to tick along. Studer gets ahead to it. Nemeci, a first touch since coming on the field at halftime. It's very well done. Gonzalez comes onto the loose ball, trying to cut a pass forward. Not quite able to, but will come onto the loose ball. Gordon. Gonzalez. Kat Gonzalez, probing pass in, cushion down, saved. Cheyenne Allen has her shot saved by Megan McClelland.
What a beautiful curved ball by Gonzalez, and that look, that connection. She saw Allen running in. Allen took that one touch. If she would have just opened her body up a little bit more, that ball would have gone in.
That replay was delivered by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing with every highlight. That was called offside in the field. And Chelsea on that replay, it looked like a really well-timed pass and run. But Allen's shot saved wouldn't have counted if she did score. For Lauderdale, though, one of the more dangerous opportunities they've crafted so far in the match. Locklear turning back towards her own goal. It's turned over. Now Mia Corbin has Mercado making the run forward and slips it out wide to the right-hand side. A loose ball. Morris puts it forward. Now Parker does well to draw a throw in, far side of the field. Parker rather will stay in the area and take this throw for Carolina. So Cheyenne Allen, who was one of those halftime changes, made 14 appearances in year one in the Gainbridge Super League, scored 1 goal. Was a substitute last time out against Lexington as well. And so close to getting on the score sheet to equalize for Fort Lauderdale. Quick starts in the halves for both teams. Umechi trying to dig out a pass. What a superb pass over the top. Onto it now is Van Treek, playing it along centrally. It's a little overhit, and Locklear's down off the ball. Clear, she's appealing towards Van Treek or the officials. Still, Umechi with an outrageous pass to kickstart that move.
That's what I want to see more of. Umechi did an incredible job breaking lines all the way from her half. And you could see that Carolina didn't even know how to react to that or defend, and that's what we need to see more of.
So here is Carolina. Perhaps a little on the back foot in the first 4.5 minutes of this second 45. So on those halftime stats, they had the better of a lot of those statistical categories. Mercado, good hold-up play from the forward. Mentioned in our halftime interview with us, joined the side just a week ago, a quick start to life in Carolina for the Loney. Allen, creeping forward, only finds George with her pass centrally. No outlet for Carolina. The press will continue. The possession will continue for Fort Lauderdale. It's Gordon who can try and probe forward with a run. George. It's been a constant duel between them on that near side of the field. Umechi's shot blocked. Spins. George clears. Time and space. It's clipped forward by Smith. Morris. Very well done. Van Treek. Good work from the forward. And it's a first corner now of the match. Corner kicks are presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. First set piece chance from a corner. There were 3 for Carolina in the first half. First chance now for the home side. Kat Gonzalez is the one who stands over this against her former side. Gonzalez readying an outswinging corner. Drives it into the box in a dangerous spot, pushed away. Edge of the 18, first time shot from Grasso, cleared away. Grasso, the halftime sub, will retrieve the loose ball, under hits her pass, however. Carolina had a moment to potentially hit them in transition if they wanted to. Instead for more conservative play. Taylor Porter, they are able to turn past a few defenders and try and switch play. Into the midfield, though, it's a poor pass. Carolina now with numbers. Mercado making a run. George offering an option. It's cleared after a good defensive press. Now Gonzalez marshaling things in the midfield. It comes along to Cheyenne Allen. It's a miss-hit ball forward. Patience from George, past one opponent. A nice drag back from Morris. Aguilera. Kept in play by Corbin. And blocked out, throw-in comes here. You can stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. Sign up for the Super Newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. All the way back now to McClelland. Locklear trying to cause some chaos in the press.
A lot of times the Carolina side, their defensive line, they're getting caught really high, where they're actually chasing the ball, facing their goal, which is something that you want to avoid when you're the last man. You want to be a bit more proactive, where you're not chasing the ball alongside the opponent.
Victoria Martinez in discussion there with Kelly Van Treek after a slightly late challenge. Van Treek has to be careful. She is on a yellow card. Nothing additional on that one, but maybe something to watch out for as the match continues to progress. Corbin gets a foot in. Gordon kept it in play. Gonzalez past Corbin. Imechi past one. Slides a pass forward. First time by Locklear around the corner. Slipped forward for the run being made by Locklear. Sliding across was Jenna Butler. Cleared out for a throw.
Cisnamaji has gotten into this game. The midfield for this Fort Lauderdale side has changed tremendously. You can see the tempo and the game somewhat breathe in the midfield. You have someone to take control and connect the back line with the forwards. And it's incredible because she's so young and she still has so much more to go.
19 years of age. She's on the ball now. Whips one across. Off her line was McClellan. Got two hands to it. Punched it away. No nonsense. Riley Parker hooked up field. Imechi putting the press on. Very well done by Taylor Porter. Had two around her. Showed good composure. Mercado. Back to Parker. Butler. Allen lays it back. A bit of a looser touch. Mercado. Hold up play here, and she's the one who commits the foul in this instance. It goes against Carolina. It's been a constant tussle. Mercado along that back line of Fort Lauderdale. Just to reset how we got to this point, it was Maddie Mercado 43 seconds into the match. Quickest goal now in Gainbridge Super League history. The debutante. 3 halftime subs were made by Fort Lauderdale, who find themselves in the attack now. Gordon only finds the side netting. Got her footwork wrong along that end line.
You can see that she's starting to get frustrated with running at the line. She does all that work, and her first touch is just a bit off.
These replays delivered by Delta Airlines keep climbing with every highlight. A bit of discomfort on the back line. Mercado with our goal up to this point. So a chance with this pause here, Chelsea. You mentioned the impact of Stella Imechi in the midfield so far for Fort Lauderdale. What have you seen in terms of tweaks in the first 12 minutes of our second half from these two teams?
In the first 12 minutes, I mean, on this Fort Lauderdale side, I've seen a lot more mobility in the midfield, especially with Namachi in the midfield, changing the tempo of play, connecting the defensive line with the forwards. You can see that she gave this team fresh air, a bit more time to breathe when she has the ball. It's not so chaotic, where they can actually get into position and run off of her. On the Carolina Ascent side, they're getting caught really high up their defensive line, and it needs to be better, because now Fort Lauderdale is starting to attack and they're starting to play those through balls in, or those balls in over, and pretty soon they're going to score if Carolina Ascent doesn't figure it out in that back line.
We've talked about Stella Imechi a few times since she's come on at halftime. On loan from Gotham FC, something that was announced late this week. Made her NWSL debut in April, has been a senior international for Ghana since 2023, featured in the Women's AFCON in 2025. Scored in the semi-final. Ghana winning a bronze medal Women's AFCON over the summer.
I mean, she's just 19 years old. She's still developing and needs consistent minutes to build confidence. So this was a very smart move from Gotham, and also from Stella deciding to come into the Gainsbridge Super League. She's quick, technical, has strong vision, but with that backed up with confidence and minutes, it's going to change her game tremendously. And I'm excited to see her pair up with Hamid and Gordon. They can create an interesting dynamic.
So after that pause for Carolina, no sub, just a bit of discomfort along the back line, and play resumes here. The tackle falls forward. Over the top, aiming for a dangerous run from Yumechi, but McClelland off her line, able to claim it. Very dynamic through that midfield. McClelland goes along with this. A header flicked forward, aiming for Mercado. Back to Hera. All the way through the middle. McClelland, very well read. Locklear would have been in one-on-one. McClelland quickly off her line.
Really smart move by McClelland, stepping high off her line. Sometimes I don't recommend a goalkeeper stepping so high off her line, but it really worked out for her.
It's in the attack now with Fort Lauderdale. Squared across frame. It's off target. It's out now. Goal kick will come. Stella Yumechi's so dangerous since coming on at halftime. A corner will come here.
She knows exactly what to do with the ball. She knows when she needs to change the pace. I love the outside of the foot flick little there that what she was trying to do. She was trying to curve the ball outside, but she just hit it a little bit too far where it curved out completely outside to the right.
Corner kick is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. What kind of service can Kat Gonzalez cook up from this corner near side of the field? Fort Lauderdale, perhaps the better side in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Gonzalez drops it in, parried away, and there was too much infraction around the goalkeeper. It's a free kick for Carolina.
That driven ball into the box, those are the balls that I want to see more of. They are extremely dangerous because you expose the goalkeeper. You put her in such an uncomfortable position to step off her line.
Lifted forward. Mercado. Slipped in behind for George. A foot race between her and Shania Gordon. One that Gordon wins and clears off George. Goal kick coming here. Been a hard-fought battle on the right-hand side of the defense for Fort Lauderdale, left-hand side of the attack for Carolina. So credit to Shania Gordon wearing that captain's armband, how studious her defensive work has been. That Mackenzie George, a player that Carolina are very excited to acquire, a player that Tyrone Mears mentioned in our call with him this week, but a player that they added in the offseason that could provide a dangerous threat. George trying to turn past Gordon, but she got a toe in first. It spins for Locklear. Yumechi. Flag goes up, offside.
If you really analyze the Fort Lauderdale side as well, Allen is doing a great job pinching in so that defenders don't really know what to do when she steps inside. And that's exactly what she did. She flicked it to Namaji. But unfortunately, she was offsides.
McClelland will wave her options forward. And clip it along to the near side for Aguilera. They're appealing for handball. It's answered. It's going to be a throw-in. It's a free kick, rather, after the handball. Called against Shania Gordon.
Loving her nails.
She had a goal line clearance in the first half. That was as valuable as a goal for Fort Lauderdale. It's kept it at a one-goal game. More defensive work will be needed from a set piece, as Jill Aguilera had 7 assists last year. Whips one into the box Header pushes it away. Butler retrieves. First time, it's dangerous. It's allowed to drop. Mercado, flag up for offside. A really fine finish, but offside still. Carolina 1, Fort Lauderdale 0.
Great finish by Mercado, and that's what's setting her apart from the rest of the forwards. You can tell that she played in the NWSL. Her positioning, her awareness on the field. But great job on this Fort Lauderdale side, stepping their lineup high as a unit to keeping her offsides.
There was a foul right at halfway. And there's going to be some frustration there for Fort Lauderdale. They tried to take it quickly, but the foul was inside their own half. Lifted forward. Allen to chase. Martinez hooks it away. Throw in here for Fort Lauderdale. Four shots in the second half for Fort Lauderdale. None as of yet for Carolina. Their chance a moment ago offside. Halftime subs have been working. Allen keeps it alive. Drives this one into the box. Just over the head of Kelly Van Treek. Ball will sit up. It's blocked. Still along the back line of Carolina. They can't fully clear their lines. Locklear. Now Gonzalez. Fired into Locklear. Flag stayed down there. Gonzalez. Slipped into the channel now for Van Treek. Kelly Van Treek gets to the end line. Aguilera. Good defensive work there from the reigning defender of the year. Sees it out for a goal kick. We can flash back with a replay delivered by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing with every highlight. Allen able to flash one into the box, just a little over the head of Kelly Van Treek.
Brilliant cross by Allen, floating that ball over Van Treek. If Van Treek would have held her run a little bit longer, maybe a few seconds to go ahead and run into that flying ball, the ball would have gone straight into the net.
Very energetic press from Locklear. Both teams want the throw. Fort Lauderdale get it. Gordon wants a quick throw and tosses it in to Gonzalez. Dropped in for Niemetchi at the end line. Cuts it back. Laid off. Gonzalez blocked. Couldn't get to the crowd. Cushioned down by Smith, and the pass doesn't quite come off. It's going to be a Carolina throw in. Tonight's game is presented by Hard Rock Bet, bringing the thrill of the game straight to your fingertips. More than 20 minutes left in this. 67 minutes played, 66 minutes since the lone goal of the match from Maddie Mercado. Corbin on the turn, tugged back in the midfield. A cynical challenge, and in keeping with the other yellow cards of the game, Taylor Smith is the latest player cautioned. Gordon, Smith, and Van Treek now all in the pocket for Fort Lauderdale.
Mia Corbin does a great job using her body and throwing herself for that foul. And that's where her soccer IQ comes into play.
So Smith is booked for that one. 29 appearances in 2024-25. Started in the final back in March earlier this year. Became the Gamebridge Super League's first academy player to sign a pro contract. A lot of belief in her in that midfield. It's Carolina in the attack. Whipped into the box, dangerous. And Mercado just can't shape it towards goal. Hera falls on it gratefully.
Mercado does an incredible job putting herself in dangerous positions right behind the defender. She understands how to time her run so that she can go ahead and get that flick, that one-touch flick to the back of the net.
pass sprayed forward. A little ambitious, asking too much of Allen. Her job will become pressing, and she's able to block the clearance. It spins out. Goal kick the result.
What Fort Lauderdale has done a great job is gaining possession in the opponent's half of the field. They're high pressing, so that when they do win possession, they're able to attack right away.
Touch there from Corbin, a little loose, out of play. Umechi picks her head up, sprays a pass forward to Van Treek. Her first touch doesn't come off. Able to drive now at Aguilera and the Carolina defense. Van Treek back to Gonzalez. Here's Gordon now. Gordon feels she was brought down there. The referee ponders, and I believe signals for a free kick after thinking for a moment. There's a confrontation between the captains, Porter and Gordon.
I can't see the tackle there by Porter. Her foot got stuck in between Gordon's legs, making her fall very uncomfortable and a hard hit. She's lucky she didn't sprain her ankle.
Porter played every minute of the inaugural season for Carolina. Whistled for that foul. Gordon wins it. And it's a chance on this set piece. Fort Lauderdale have been knocking on the door in the second half. Do they have the key in Kat Gonzalez? Try and break it down. Gonzalez to the back post. The header down, the equalizer.
What a goal! What a goal by Aguilera, and also what a ball by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez in. Ella Simpson attacking it. Knocks it home. It's her first pro goal. And Fort Lauderdale are all even here.
A great finish by Ella Simpson, timing that run perfectly and towering over the defender. Extremely happy for her.
Goals are brought to you by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best. It was a half that has been controlled in large parts by Fort Lauderdale. They've gotten their reward. Now some changes to be made. Audrey Harding and B. Hilton will both be coming into the match. For Carolina, it's Philip Poole's turn to try and change some things up. Kenzie George, you can see, is one of those players making way. Emily Morris also coming out. Morris was booked 3 minutes into the match. Had to walk a tightrope for much of the game. Cleared forward. Substitutes presented by Omega XL Sports. Feel your recovery, feel your game. So Harding and B. Hilton coming into the match. Audrey Harding had a great year in the Gainbridge Super League. 21 appearances, 5 goals, 5 assists. Was second on the team in goals. And B. Hilton showing incredible composure in the midfield. Touch more on her story in a moment. Carolina in the attack. Aguilera holding width, lifts it into the area, punched away.
For this Fort Lauderdale side, I mean, switching the point of attack becomes highly effective when you're supported by mobile midfielders, and that's exactly what's happening in this game.
Aguilera's ball in, punched away by Hera. Confident goalkeeping.
Good timing on coming off her line and knowing when to come off.
Set piece, Carolina, how do they respond to the equalizer? Overhit, Hera easily claims. Van Treek. Out of play, Carolina throw in, far side of the field. So B. Hilton coming on at around the 70th minute mark for Carolina. Made 13 appearances last season, became the youngest goal scorer in club history with her goal in April. Was originally committed to NC State, would have began here in the fall of 2025, but after discussions with Carolina deciding to sign a pro contract, foregoing her college career, will play in the midfield here for the final 15 minutes. Slipped into the box. Is that kept in play? Yes, it was. There were appeals from Fort Lauderdale that it went out first for a goal kick, but corner is the end result.
It's time to announce the winner of the 50-50 raffle. The winning number is 204. If that's your ticket, you're today's lucky winner. Please make your way to the merch store to claim your prize.
Carolina now is having a really hard time in that final third of the field, trying to connect the passes, even get a shot on goal. It's as if they can't really connect with their center forward.
Brianna Martinez stands over this corner on the near side of the field. Lifted into the back post. It's going to bounce out of play. Blast off Carolina. It's a goal kick here. Sydney Studer, though, wanted to get a touch to it last. Chance now for Riley Baisden and Alyssa Walker to both come into the match now. Making way will be Mia Corbin, leading scorer for Carolina last season, not able to get her tally going this season. And Riley Parker will be the other player to make way. These substitutions are presented by Omega XL Sport. Feel your recovery, feel your game. Alyssa Walker on for her debut in the Gainbridge Super League. Spent last year with Spokane, but missed the season with an ACL injury. Last played in Denmark in the 2023-24 season, picked up 4 goals in 16 league appearances. She'll come into the forward line now for Carolina.
Substitution for Carolina. Out number 9, Mia Corbin. In number 17, Alyssa Walker. Out number 23, Riley Parker.
Aguilera, header flicked along. First touch for Walker. Creating a foot race, a slight bump from behind. It's a foul, and it's a free kick. Walker a little overzealous in the press, commits the foul.
A little bump on the shoulder, using her body a bit too hard. And it was most definitely a foul.
Cushion's touch in the midfield. Gonzalez over the top. Studer back to McClelland. That'll be a foul. A late challenge there from Cheyenne Allen. Long ball forward. Gordon the touchdown. Missed her second one, but it turned into a very clever flick along. Hilton comes away with it. In the back line. Now a chance for Harding to go one-on-one with Gordon. Harding played it out wide. It was played for an overlapping run, one that wasn't made. The ball sits up. It's going to run out. It turns into a Carolina throw-in, so something good coming from it.
Something great coming from it, but I will tell you, Carolina is having an extremely hard time connecting in the middle of the park, and I would like to see someone take a bit more leadership in changing the tempo of the game for them, because it's a bit flat. It's as if they don't have that creative outlet to look for those diagonal balls or to feed their forwards.
Slipped forward, a flick into the box. That was one of the better passing moves we've seen from Carolina so far. Almost able to spring in hard in. I believe the referee has indicated that too much time's gone off the clock. Too much time wasting from Hera. And it's going to be a corner. So not too often you see that, but it is a tool the referees can employ. As opposed to showing yellow cards, if the goalkeeper takes too long in restarting play, a corner can be given. That's what the referees opted to do here in the 80th minute. Aguilera. Whips one into the box. Yumechi a header away. Chance now for some more substitutions to take place. Nia Christopher and Carlin Baldwin will both be coming into the match for Fort Lauderdale. Their 4th and 5th changes. All of them will have been made now. These final substitutions are presented by Omega XL Sport. Fuel your recovery, fuel your game. Christopher made 13 appearances in 2024-25, comes off the bench. And Carlin Baldwin, who has spent the last 8 years bouncing around in Portugal, most recently playing for Torrenense, played for Braga, Benfica, longest stint was with Sporting, was with Tennessee from 2014 to 16, returning to play in the United States. She comes on off the bench, makes her debut now for Fort Lauderdale United. Pushing down by Allen, slipped through, a great pass in one-on-one. Christopher sealed off from behind. Great recovery, defensive work.
Great recovery by Aguilera, putting her body in front of the ball of Allen, knowing when to cut in and not getting a foul. Because a lot of the times when you're a defender running at your own goal, it's extremely difficult.
Christopher. Past one challenger, not past the second. Baisden. One sub left for Carolina if they want to use it. Fired in low, and Hera able to land on it. Great pass from Allen in for Christopher, who was in one-on-one. Aguilera, fantastic work defensively.
A great run by Christopher, splitting the defenders. Aguilera caught up to her and put her body right in front of her. Great defending by Aguilera, running towards her own goal.
Edge of the box now, Carolina in the attack. Mercado hold-up play, taken off her feet. Slowing down. Ansbrow over the top. Locklear gets onto it. Locklear! The turnaround complete for Fort Lauderdale. Kiara Locklear loves playing against Carolina. 6 goals now against the Carolina Ascent. And Fort Lauderdale United, 7 minutes plus stoppage time away from a come-from-behind victory.
An incredible combination by Ansbrow and Locklear. You can tell that these plays have been worked on. Locklear timed her run perfectly, put herself in front of the defender, used her body to go ahead and take that shot with her left foot. Brilliant.
Goals in back-to-back games. Acrobatics aren't too bad either. Goals are brought to you by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best. Kiara Locklear is at her best when she plays against Carolina. Scored a brace in the semifinal last year. Her first goals for Fort Lauderdale came in December of last year in a brace against Carolina.
It's as if her body feels when they're playing against Carolina, right?
See if it's a coincidence or if it's something
Something
she enjoys
in the
about
air.
it. So Fort Lauderdale have completed a comeback here in the second half. Carolina, who led for so much of this match, now find themselves staring defeat in the face.
I always say great things happen when you have a good midfield. When you have a good midfield that's able to rotate in the middle of the field and connect the defensive line with the forwards, because that's exactly what's happening.
Good strength from Allen. Locklear calling for it. Cheyenne Allen puts the brakes on. Yumechi able to turn, win a free kick. Fort Lauderdale have the momentum right now. Foul from behind, Yumechi. Good work to win that one. Rolled along. Ansbrow. Gordon. Shania Gordon opens up an angle, low ball in, not fully dealt with. This one on the second try from Studer is fully dealt with. Header pushed forward. Swung along to Walker. Alyssa Walker attempting the Cruyff turn past the first challenger. Trying to lay it off. It's one back by Christopher. Gonzalez with it. Lifted over the top. Locklear chasing after it. McClellan gets there first. Baisden. Over the top. Cushioned down. Strike from Mercado blocked. What a response that would have been from Maddie Mercado. Already one goal today, but her strike blocked. Corner comes for Carolina.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Mercado. She does such a great job in getting behind the defenders and timing her run. She also does an incredible job creating the space around herself with her body.
Aguilera. Whips it into the box. Flick towards goal, just wide. Out now for a goal kick. Chance there for Walker, just can't put it on frame.
Great strike by Aguilera, but also these are the moments that are going to be crucial for Fort Lauderdale to stay in the game. This is when they have to pay attention to detail, like I had mentioned earlier in the match, because that's how they let the game against Lexington go. Not paying attention to these small moments.
They had a 2-0 lead against Lexington. They saw it slip from distance. Walker's shot is saved. Upcoming schedule is presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water, a refreshing look at the games ahead. For Fort Lauderdale United, they hit the road for the first time this season. They're at Spokane. That match coming up on September 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch that one live on Peacock. Chest control down. Slipped over the top. Hera falls on it. Throw in here for Fort Lauderdale. Throw in here. One back by Carolina. Pass laid centrally. A tug of the shirt. That'll be a foul. Walker fouling Gonzalez. Long ball forward. Can Carolina try and nick an equalizer? Walker, strike blocked. Shania Gordon putting her body on the line yet again. Had a goal line clearance. Has that block just now. Fort Lauderdale will have to dig in through stoppage time and try and see out a win over the reigning Player Shield winners. Clipped into the box, Hera punches it away. 4 minutes added on at the end of the 90. Aguilera, it's a good ball in. Edge of the 18. Porter gets it along. Into the box now. Harding opens an angle. On the left foot, a deflected equalizer. Heartbreak again for Fort Lauderdale United. And Audrey Harding off the bench equalizes for the visitors.
A great goal for Harding, great confidence booster. Unfortunate for Fort Lauderdale, but Harding did such a great job shifting that ball to her left side. As you can see here, cutting it to her left side, looking for that space and bringing that ball across her body to shoot it into the goal. Great awareness of the space around her and where the defenders were so that she can get a clear look at goal.
Game goes back and forth. Is that the final twist? Or in the final 3+ minutes? Is there one last change in the scoreline? Fort Lauderdale have led 2-0 against Lexington, finishing a 3-3 draw. They led 2-1 against Carolina in what has been a hard-fought match, it has to be said. Controlled down. Umechi. It's a pass forward that breaks for Cheyenne Allen. Allen, strong challenge from behind. She thought she was fouled. Nothing doing. Sprayed forward. Mercado trying to get it along to Harding. Gordon gets there first and just knocks it out. No nonsense for a throw. Megan Nally is preparing to come into the match. We'll see if that happens at this interval. Out of play, throw in, Carolina. Chance now for Megan Nally to come on, make her debut. Making way will be Maddie Mercado, another debutante, scored 1 minute into the match. Megan Nally will come on in her place. Substitution is presented by Omega XL Sport. Fuel your recovery, fuel your game. 1 minute of the minimum remaining. Might see a little bit more tacked on beyond that. Little under hit. Seized upon. Gordon clears. Hilton a header forward. It bounces over the head of Porter. Where is it going to break? Harding fighting for it. Jostling for position. Aguilera lifts it forward. A little overhit. Out now for a goal kick. Long booming pass forward draws a close to proceedings. Fort Lauderdale United 2, Carolina Ascent 2. The first draw now in 6 meetings between these sides. Chelsea, some final thoughts there.
I mean, the game completely shifted. Fort Lauderdale did well to battle back, but like I've said, consistency is still their biggest challenge. Carolina kept their heads in it, and though they showed a little bit of inconsistency too, it's early in the season and both sides are still finding their rhythm, but they need to find it quickly.
Player of the match is presented by Baptist Health. Excellence on the field, supported by excellence in care. Locklear gets that nod after what she thought was a winner for so long.
I mean, I feel like Locklear just feels when she's going to play against Carolina, because at this point, she's just a scoring machine against them. But she did such a great job putting herself in front of the defender, using her body to get in front of her arm, and taking that shot on goal.
Locklear, your player of the match in what finishes a 2-2 draw. Let's take one last break. On the other side, we'll get some live thoughts, a pitch side interview coming up on the other side of this break. Fort Lauderdale 2, Carolina 2, it finishes.
Stick around. Players will be signing autographs and taking photos right after the match. Concessions are still open, so grab a bite and enjoy the moment with your Fort Lauderdale United under the stars. And fans, thank you for coming out and supporting your Fort Lauderdale United. Don't miss our next home match, Saturday, September 13th at Beyond Bankcard Field against Dallas Trinity FC. Come out, cheer loud, and make more memories with us on the field. Get your tickets now at FTLUTV.com to be part of the action. We'll see you at our next home match right here at home, September 13th at 7:30 p.m. And United fans, the party doesn't stop here at the final whistle. Head over to the Coquina Lounge and hang out with your fellow United fans after the game. This is the post-game party. And here's the kick. It is 2-for-1 drinks at Coquina right now. We'll see you at Coquina for the after party.
Full time it finishes in South Florida. Fort Lauderdale United FC 2, Carolina Ascent FC 2. We're joined now after the match by Ella Simpson. Ella, thank you very much for the time. Wanted to start with that moment for you, your first professional goal, kind of the emotions and what you saw from that moment.
Oh, honestly, I'm just really blessed. I'm really thankful. I'm just thankful that the Lord gave me the opportunity to play on this team this year. For me to get my first pro goal, Kat played an amazing ball in. I knew we were down one and needed to level it, and I feel confident in the air, so just kind of challenged it and found the back of the net. But credit to my teammates, she played an incredible ball. Unfortunate at the end, we wish we could have got the win, but very competitive game and looking to build in the future.
Ella, congratulations on the goal. Now that you have a goal under your belt, where do you go from here?
Honestly, just moving forward every game. I think we started off on the back foot in that game, and second half was much more improved. But we can just continue to go at them and try and continue to score first and get the next game going forward.
What needs to be better in the next game? Because for your team, what you are really lacking is the consistency. You start off a game by winning, and then the team just ends up scoring the opponent.
Yeah, I think they're just like finishing and committing to the full 90. Obviously, everyone's exhausted in the last 5-10 minutes of a game, but just closing it out and that championship mentality of just locking everything in. I think we can just be a little bit better about that, but definitely looking forward to improve in games moving forward.
Ella, thank you very much for the time. Again, congratulations on your goal. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ella Simpson, scorer of the equalizer, the first equalizer, in what turned out to be a thrilling match. Your full-time highlights powered by Blue Water, bringing clarity and impact to every play. Maddie Mercado, 43 seconds into the match.
Aguilar made an excellent choice with that floated ball into the area. Mercado showed great awareness, creating separation, and slotting one in.
Just a tidy finish there for Mercado. Spoke to her at halftime. Got her first goal now for Carolina Ascent. They had a good first 45 minutes. This one will be labeled as our save of the game, presented by Omega XL Sport. Powerful protection when it matters most. It was a vital clearance by Shania Gordon.
Great clearance by Shania Gordon, putting herself in that spot and clearing that ball out as soon as she can.
There would be chances, and there would be this moment. We spoke to the scorers a moment ago. Ella Simpson finding the back of the net.
Brilliant ball floated into the air by Gonzalez. Simpson putting herself and timing that ball to bring in that banger header into that far corner.
Simpson with that low header. It made it 1-1. It was really a just reward for a second half that Fort Lauderdale United looked the better of the two teams. And then in the 83rd minute, a brilliant pass over the top, and Kiara Locklear would score again against Carolina.
When I tell you, when you're resilient and consistent, that ball by Ansbrough to Locklear timing her run, putting her body in front of the defender, using her arm, and crossing that ball in.
It would not be the final twist in the tail. Locklear scoring her 6th goal against Carolina. 2 braces already, scorer of what could have been the winner, but in the 91st minute, it would be the substitute. Watch on that left side of your screen. They're going to progress it along well, and then Audrey Harding, beneficiary of a deflection, makes it 2-2.
A good play by Harding. I mean, lack of consistency by this Fort Lauderdale side, but Harding did an incredible job by being aware of the defenders around her. As you can see, she carried the ball to her left side, away from the defenders, to go ahead and bang one in. Incredible play.
Your full-time stats are presented by Beyond Bankers, powering every transaction on and off the field. In the end, pretty even in the stats, all even on the score sheet. Your final thoughts, Chelsea?
Pretty even on the stats, and great things happen when you become resilient and consistent. Fort Lauderdale came out in that second half, changed that midfield, and there was a lot more mobility, and the game changed drastically for that Fort Lauderdale side. But they still need that consistency, the full 90 minutes. They need to commit to defending.
Fort Lauderdale United, a good watch for the neutral. Another high-scoring draw. 3-3 opening week, 2-2 it finishes. Today they'll hit the road and head to Spokane next week for their first road test of the campaign. Carolina, their first home game beckons. They play against Tampa Bay at home next Saturday. We appreciate you joining us here this evening. For my broadcast partner, Chelsea Kabarkis, and our entire broadcast crew, Jack Edwards signing off from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale 2, Carolina 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Shania Gordon knocks it out. A chance now to serve it up into the box. It drops in the area. On the turn, across goal. And in the first minute, Carolina pick up their first goal of the new year. Maddie Mercado on the turn.